Hi, my name is Mayra, and I make zines and a podcast under the name Long Arm Stapler. I'm based in the Bay Area in California, and most of my zines are about feelings. So I make a lot of Perzines. They're usually handwritten. This one's called I've Got a Number of Irrational Fears That I'd Like to Share with You. This one's called Empty. I have a few more. A lot of them deal with the intersections of gender and mental health. I identify as non-binary, and most of my zines are about my gender identity and kind of figuring it out as I go along. I also make fanzines. These are my two zines about karaoke, which is perhaps one of my greatest passions. I'm currently accepting submissions for karaoke zine number 3, and these are filled with art, song lists, karaoke tattoos, stories, and these are submission-based zines. And I write about gender and mental health and karaoke. I also have 2 King of the Hill fanzines that I don't have any copies of currently, but I will be printing more of, called Zine of the Hill. And those are also submission-based zines where people talk about their relationship with the show King of the Hill. I also have 2 coloring books called Dog Tinder 1 and 2 that are drawings of dogs that I've walked in my career as a dog walker. Dog Tinder 2 was made during quarantine, so I have not walked most of these dogs aside from my own. All dogs go to heaven. I also make mini zines. I make a lot of mini zines. This one's called Little Artist Affirmations. This one is revisiting little ways to be an ally to trans and gender nonconforming folks. This is a follow-up to a zine called Little Ways to be an Ally to Trans and Gender Nonconforming Folks. This one is about how to time tea properly. I also have a mini zine about my favorite Sheryl Crow songs that kind of ties into my karaoke zines. And I make a lot of buttons. They're 2 1/4 inch. This one says I'd rather be crying. I have a lot of buttons of different plants. I found a gardening book in the little free library outside of my work, and I went to town. But I make a lot of buttons that express different thoughts about being non-binary. I have a bunch that say non-binary cutie because I think that that's relatable. And yeah, I love making buttons. I love making zines. You can find me these places. I'm on Instagram, Patreon, Etsy, and Twitter. I have a website, longarmstapler.com, and my podcast, which is about zines and zine makers, is on Spotify and Apple Music. And if you have any questions, please never hesitate to hit me up. I love talking about zines. And if you want to be on the podcast, hit me up. Longarmstapler@gmail.com.